Hello, hello. If you are catching this on the replay, drop in the comments replay. Would love, love, love to know how you master your time and how are you with time commitment just in general. So you guys, I am so excited about this evening and about being able to share with you. Say hello when you are hopping on, and I'm going to give it just a few minutes. My name is Kelly Hoover, and I am just one of the admins here in the last 90 days Rachel Hollis inspired Goal Getter Gang. It's a mouthful, right? But tonight I'm going to be sharing with you some tips and some tricks about mastering your time. Now, I would love to know, on a scale of 0 to 10, where are you with time management? Are you like 10, like I rock it, I own my time, I know everything? Or you may be like a 2, where you're like, I'm not that great, but I want to learn more. I would love to know where you guys are with your time management. I'm going to walk you through sort of a really great way, a very basic way. And then I've also, if you click in the link, there is, hi Rachel, there is a free resource that you can download, and it's just a great resource to sort of guide you through and teach you a little bit about time management. Now, I personally have walked through several different types of time blocking, where I used to work in pharmaceuticals and worked a corporate America job and worked 50 or 60 hours a week, had young children, was building a business on the side, and had 0 time. Okay, like no time for anything. But it did become super efficient because of time blocking and scheduling things. But on the flip side, then I started working for myself and making my own days and had all the time in the world, and quickly became very inefficient. And so I've had to sort of reteach myself time and blocking and all of those things. So I would love to know what you do. Do you work for someone else? Do you work in corporate America? Are you working virtually? Do you work for yourself? Are you a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home wife? What is it that you do? And on a scale of 0 to 10, how are you with your time management? So if you'll drop in below, that'll help me, you guys, give you some great tips. And if you have any questions as I go through it, I'm just going to share some brief tips with you. And if you have any further questions, download the resource that I put, or you can certainly just drop me a message or drop here and ask a question. So first thing is, do you do paper calendar or you a digital calendar? So drop below, paper or digital calendar or paper calendar. One of those things are, personally, I kick it old school. I like a paper calendar. I like to be able to write, take my notes, create my to-do list. My personal calendar that I have been using for about 4 years now is called Law of Attraction. I do have some coupons for this. If anybody is interested, you can save yourself a little bit of money. But I love Law of Attraction. Why do I love this calendar? Because it starts at 5 a.m. and it does in 30-minute blocks. It also has a month, and then it breaks it down in a week. So Rachel uses both, Ashley uses both. So I'm curious, those of you who use both, what do you use paper for? What do you use digital for? I'm curious. So stay-at-home mom, I love it. Hi, Stacy. Hi, Angela. Paper. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through just a really basic way that you can learn to really master your time. Okay, so very first thing is really, what are the most important things during your week? Like, what are the non-negotiables that you cannot negotiate time? So things like this would be, maybe if you work outside of the home or you work certain hours for someone else, like what are those times that you're working? You cannot do anything else, you're working. Maybe it is school, maybe you are homeschooling or you're virtual learning, or you have to drive your kids certain places. What are the non-negotiable times? Truly, that is like the first thing that will go on my calendar, is what are the most important things. So this could be your kids, your spouse, certain personal things. I know for me, personal time, my morning routine, that's a non-negotiable. That goes on my calendar first before other things, working out, anything that you're doing for self-care. So I would love if you guys want to share, drop below what those are. For me, like I said, they are personal care, certain times with my kids, because we are doing homeschool right now, and my kids, getting them to and from activities. okay, I know we have some carpools, so I'm not always the one doing it, but my carpool days, I need to block off that time. So full time. All right. Yes, Rachel, I see that. So that is really the first thing to put on your calendar. And I personally do a calendar meeting every single Sunday morning, generally with my calendar, me and the calendar. And then I go in and institute it with my family. Like these are my girls' calendars. That I will set out for them, because that way that they know specifically what is expected of them and chores and when they have to do certain things. Now, if you are a color code person, you know, you can get different colors and different highlighters, and you can actually put those into your calendar if you like that. A lot of people that I will coach on Mastering Your Time, and if you download the free resource, it's going to teach you how to use these. Sometimes I use them when my kids were not being homeschooled and I didn't have my work and my personal life overlapping the entire day. I did use colors, but now it's a little bit more challenging to break things off because things are so intermingled. But colors are great because you can visually look at it and say, okay, pink is for me. Pink is my morning time. Pink is my workout time. Pink is, you know, things that I am doing. I'm reading, I'm doing these things. And so you can look at your calendar, you know, okay, for the next 30-minute block, I have this time. Okay, so hopefully this is helping you guys. All right, so here's the other thing. The next thing that I do is I will truly go in and figure out, when am I, you know, going to do my workout? When am I going to read? When am I going to do those things? After you have all of your non-negotiables down, you have everything laid out on your calendar, the meetings or anything that you have. And then now, you know, if you have family time, like do you have a family movie night? Do you have a certain time that you want to dedicate just to your family? This is one of the greatest things. If you have children or you have a spouse or you're going to have that in the future, it is really great to block off time for your family. Okay, where all the phones are put somewhere else. You really have like the undivided dedicated time. I will tell you, 1 or 2 hours that are dedicated specifically to your family is so much better than a whole day with your family, right? Like you will learn so much about them. I just recorded a podcast with my co-host Blair on Friday, all about our kids addicted to tech. It's Bless Mama Boss's podcast. And I will tell you, they are, and a lot of adults are too, right? I struggle in that zone as well. So we have to create those boundaries. So that is the other thing. Now, if you're on social media, which you are because you're right here on Facebook, what are your boundaries around that? Do you allow yourself certain times of the day that you go in, you get to socialize, or you're checking into your favorite groups, or you're scrolling, or you're looking at things, or you're reading things? I will have boundaries around that. I have certain times of day that I will go in and answer messages, or go in and make posts, or hang out with people and get to know people. But having those on your calendar, it may sound silly, but it allows you not to waste so much time. I mean, how many of you have been on Facebook and you're like, an hour later, you're like, holy cow, I just wasted an hour. It definitely can happen. All right, so now you have on your calendar, you have everything that is non-negotiable. You have all of the things that you have to do at that certain time. The next thing you're going to put down is, a lot of you are working businesses. A lot of you are working side businesses in conjunction with your full-time thing. When are you working that? Put that down on your calendar. Okay, put that, literally write it in when you are doing these things. When are you doing your morning routine? When are you writing in your gratitude journal? Write those specific things down. The other thing that is great to do is checking your email and all of those sort of things that you want to do and you need to do, putting them down, blocking off a 30-minute block at 7 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m. at night, or whenever you have it, and just block off a little bit of time to go and check social media and go do those sort of things. That way you're not constantly like looking at it. If you go to your phone and you look in the settings and you look under screen time, you will see how much time you spend on each app. It's a pretty rude awakening for a lot of people. And a lot of times you will say, I don't have enough time. I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to, work out, or I don't have time to meal plan, or I don't have time to build a business, or I don't have time to read. You do if you start realizing where you're spending your time. And a lot of time, we all waste a lot of time doing other things. And a lot of times it involves our phone. So let me know if that resonates with you guys, because I know I am guilty of that in the past. All right, so the next thing that I will do is I will choose what time I am going to wake up and what time I'm going to go to bed. How many hours of sleep do you need? And I know that this may sound silly, but I promise you, if you're sleeping well and you're rested well, you will function better in your day. So for example, I wake up Monday through Friday at 5 a.m., somewhere between 4:30 and 5 a.m. And I know exactly how long my morning routine. So I will say, I'm going to walk you through sort of like a typical day. Now, I'm not going to do a Monday because tomorrow is Martin Luther King, but I'm actually going to write this out and sort of see. So I'm looking at the 19th on Tuesday. I'm going to walk you through sort of the process. So do it with me if you like. And I know that at 9 a.m., every Tuesday morning, I'm recording podcasts. All right. It's non-negotiable. It's a standard appointment. So 9 a.m. I know that 10 a.m. I have a meeting with our community manager in one of my businesses and my business partner every single Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. That is what we do. It's already written down on my calendar. I know that I have a meeting at 11 and a meeting at 11:15. These are already things, they're booked, they're set. So when I'm going to plan my week for the day, I already know that that's on there. I also know that my daughter has cheerleading that evening and cheering for a basketball game, which of course I'm going to be present for, right? So if the game starts at a certain time, I block off 30 minutes before that. So that is what I'm looking at on my schedule right now. So the next thing I will need to do is, okay, when are we doing our homeschool? All right, so I know that I need to have my kids up and going by a certain period of time. So I will have them, we do a morning devotion and write in our gratitude journals and pray as a family every single morning. It's usually the same exact time. Right now it's around 7:30. So I'm going to write that down in my little 7:30 block. I'm going to put family devotion. And between 7:30 and 9, because I don't need to be in my office until about 8:55, 5 minutes before my first meeting, because I will be prepared before that, I'm going to have family time. So from 7:30 in the morning to 9, I will block off family time to get my girls going on their school activities and to get them going. Now, I usually plan before that. I know at 5 a.m., between 5 and 5:30, I'm doing a morning routine. All right, I'm serving my heart, my soul, my mind, so I can serve other people. That is something that I will tell you, I've been working on a morning routine for a long time. So what does your morning look like? If you don't have a morning routine yet, you can develop it. Start with 5 minutes. Okay, so at 5 a.m., I write morning routine. And I know that it's 5 a.m., it's in that little block. Now I also lead a Zoom for a team of mine. I do an early bird training. And so I know at 5:45 to 6:45, that is what I am doing. I am working and connecting with one of my businesses. So that's when I choose to do it because it doesn't interrupt my family time. I know that 5:45 sounds super early to so many people, but it's great because my house is quiet. Now I know at 6:45 to 7:30, guess what? Like I have a dog, I have a puppy, I need to take that out. So I literally write it down. Okay. I will put the dog, I will take the dog for a walk, I will feed him, I will do all those things, spend 45 minutes with the dog. Now, the next thing I'm looking at is I'm basically booked from 5 till about 11:30. And I know I need to work out. Workout has not gone in there yet. So the very first thing that I will do next is I will spend time checking in with my kids, checking in with school, seeing that, and then putting my workout time in. Okay, then putting my shower time in, my getting ready, hanging out. I like to spend time with my kids one-on-one. What does that look like? I know my daughter has that game, so I need to help prepare her hair and all of that for that game. So you see sort of how you can block things off. Now, when Tuesday rolls around, I know exactly every bucket is getting filled. Okay. My personal time with myself is getting filled. My workout time is getting filled. My one-on-one time with my family is getting filled. My business time is getting filled. All right. And I call it white space. I block off white space. So do you block off white space? What is white space? It is your downtime. It is time that you just hang out. You don't have any plans. Maybe you're watching a movie, maybe you're doing whatever, but yes, definitely have white space. So I hope that this has been helpful. The other thing that I will tell you that I love to do is I do set timers on my phone. Have you guys ever used timers on your phone? It's amazing. So if you have something that you're working on for 30 minutes, maybe you're working on a project or, you're working on something, set your timer for 30 minutes, set your timer for an hour, whatever the time is. And when it goes off, you're done. you are done. And then you need to continue to work forward. The last thing I'll share with you guys about time management, how you can really truly master it, is having a like an income producing activities sheet. If you're running your own business, I love to have like a checkoff sheet of things that need to get done. All right. Just basic like work time, things that need to get done. I love to be able to just be able to check things off, but I always have 3 big ideas that need to get accomplished for that week. Just 3 projects I'm working on, personal or professional, it doesn't matter, but 3 things I want to get accomplished that week. So I will write those down. I write those down on like my week priority right here. And that way I make sure I stay focused. The other tip that I will give you is at the end of every night, look back at your day. How did you do this? Rachel, I love that you love timers. I am with you. Virtual high five on that. How did you do that day? I will tell you, 99% of the time, my day never goes as planned. All right. You can make the best laid plan, but life happens, right? Things take longer than you expect. You know, somebody needs something. That is okay. When you look back and you're like, okay, I didn't get this, this, and this done. Okay. So what you can do then is you can move it to the next day, because most likely your day is not completely full. I never have a day that is completely full. I always have downtime. I always have white space. At different times of the day. Maybe your mornings are booked, your afternoons aren't, something along those lines. Maybe it's Saturday mornings, your slight edge. And so you book that time. So what you do is you'll take at the end of the day, it's called a bookend. You take that bookend, and the very next morning you go and you say, okay, these are the 3 things that need to get done the next morning. And during that first early morning time, or during that first brain function time that you have, I function better early in the morning. I accomplish those 3 things. I eat the frog. I do the hard thing first. And that way you're not dreading it. It's not carrying over and over and over. So I hope that that was really helpful for you guys. Like I said, download the free resource, walk through it. There is a training video in there as well. It's completely for free, you guys. And I will tell you, it is one of the things that you don't have to be good at, but you can improve at. Initially, I was not a very good person at time blocking and time management, but I have gotten a lot better at it and a lot more efficient. So you can definitely get better. So let me know if you have any questions. Let me know if there is any sort of resource that you need, or you want to know more about a certain thing, and I will be happy to help you. And again, on Sunday nights, we are interviewing live. Next week, we have a fun new live. If you have something you would love to share with others within this group to help them, you know, inspire them, you have a skill set you want to teach people, or just really show up and serve this community, please reach out to me. I would love to have you on these Sunday night lives. I hope that they're meaningful and helpful. Or if you have an idea or a topic that you feel like will serve the community, I would love to know that as well. All right, you guys, I hope you have a great Sunday night, and we will talk again very soon. Take care.